Hello, Highland Baptist Church members, and welcome to the first of many Tech Team support videos. We've been using this video method to help support the Highland staff here for a while, so now it's time to roll it out to our membership. Today we're going to talk about the RightNOW media. As most of you know, Highland Baptist Church has provided this as a service to all our church members, and what a fantastic gift it is. Well over 10,000 videos. You name the biblical study area in your life, your family's life, whether it's dealing with kids or marriage or your work environment. You own a business, you work at a business, you're a volunteer for a church, you have an interest in a particular Bible study, again in all kinds of areas, and of course they cover specific Genesis to Revelation and everything in between, and many series from many well-known popular pastors and evangelists throughout the actually internationally. With that though, we want to throw out a bit of a caution here. Like everything, you've got to take it with a grain of salt. Not every video, not every presenter on the RightNOW media would our church endorse. If you have any doubts about what person or video you're watching, please make sure you consult with Pastor Peter or Pastor Scott. They'll be glad to help you out with many of these personalities that you may or may not be familiar with. But let's get started right now. You can see I've got my email open. I happen to use Microsoft Outlook, but whatever email service you use. And you'll see I've received an email from Pastor Peter Grant here. The subject is a gift from Highlands Baptist, the RightNOW media account. So I'm going to go ahead and double click and open that up. When I do, you see standard email. You'll see some graphics and some text there. All of it's important, and you want to, of course, do a brief read. One of the first things you see is a link to a video here. This is a great little video. It will introduce the RightNOW media service to you in just a couple of minutes, and it is a great way. I'll tell you what, just watching this video excited me on the use of the service. So let's go ahead and watch that real quick as part of this training video, and in just a moment we'll come back and then I'll take you through the rest of the email and the log on and profile creation for RightNOW media. So let's go ahead and watch this video.
Our church is a light in the darkness, a city on a hill. Every believer is called to make a difference in the world, to love God completely, and to make disciples of every nation. But in this busy, mobile, noisy world, it can be difficult to even do the basics. To pray, to read the Word, to bring the love of God to our marriages, families, neighbors, and co-workers. We know you're here because you want to be a part of God's mission on the earth. You want to experience the abundant life that Scripture talks about. You're looking to connect your faith to every part of your life, every day of the week. That's why our church is subscribing to RightNOW Media and making it available for free to every member of our church. You'll have access to over 10,000 online Bible study videos on parenting, marriage, finance, discipleship, leadership, and many more. The videos can be used in Bible study groups or for personal devotion. There's also a huge library of safe biblical kids videos. We'd love to see every member of our church utilizing RightNOW media. Small group leaders leading their adult or youth groups through engaging Bible study series. Children enjoying safe programming that doesn't just entertain, but helps lay a strong spiritual foundation. Families spending quality time together, going through devotional Bible studies. Couples using biblical studies on marriage, parenting, and finance. Applying God's Word to every area of their lives. There is something for everyone. We want to help you grow as a disciple of Christ, and we want to help you become a disciple maker in your home, your school, your workplace, your neighborhood, in whatever mission field God has called you to. We believe that this free resource will help equip and unleash you to live out your faith in every area of life, to experience God-centered, abundant life, not just on Sundays, but every day. We are for you, and God is for you. He wants to empower you every day to live for Him. Together, we can be a light in the darkness, a city on a hill.
All right. I hope you were as excited about that introduction as I was. Man, there's a lot there, and it's going to be of great value to our church. I'll read through a little bit of text here, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty. First thing we want to do is get started. When I click on this, that's going to jump me over to the RightNOW Media website. And it's going to bring me to an introduction and a profile page. This is where we're actually going to set up RightNOW Media for our own personal Bible study. All right, first thing it's going to ask is your name. So let me go ahead and type in my name. You can use the tab, which you can see jump me from this cell down to this one. Or you can use the mouse. So I'm going to use the mouse just so, because when I do the video, you can see the little circle around the mouse. So it gives you an easier way for your eye to follow where I'm at. Okay, so Madison. Now again, you see that here the email is automatically filled out for me. By the way, don't try to email me at this. This is just a test email account I've created for walking us through this video. My actual email address, if you wish to go get a hold of me, is techteam@highlandbaptist.org. Techteam, TECHTEAM, @highlandsbaptist.org. Okay, and I'm going to skip down here and create a password. As you can see, it must be at least 8 characters. Alphanumeric, combination upper and lower case, as well as symbols are all allowed. There may be a couple of symbols that aren't allowed, but for the most part, all alpha and numerics are included. So let me create my password. And I'm going to come down to the next field and I'm going to confirm. Basically, I'm going to retype that same password. Since it doesn't display it, it is important that they confirm we typed it correctly. So there we go. And I'm going to move on down here. Gender male. I am married, so I'm going to choose that. And then it asks your birth year. Now, you might ask, why does it do that? For the same reason it asks this information. It's going to automatically go out and assume some conditions about us. In this particular case, since we're choosing the year we were born, it will assume that based on that age, I have certain interests, as opposed to a teenager who was born in 2008. I guess 2008 wouldn't be a teenager yet, but you know what I mean. All right, so let me skip down here, choose my birth year, and now you'll see that we get to ministry categories. Now, because I had chose male and married here, they automatically assume that I might be interested in a couple of different video series, married couples and men. And indeed, I'm interested in both those things. I'd like to improve myself and my marriage. I got a great marriage. Melody, I love you. Anyway, so in our case, I'm not right now too interested in pastoral and leadership information, but I certainly will, particularly in the leadership, as hopefully my volunteership here. Melanie and I are kind of past our parenting age. We're, got adult kids who are out of the home now, so I'm going to leave that one. I do want the marriage. I'm going to go ahead and select kids. You notice I just clicked on that and it put a little check mark in there. So if you're interested in kids or have kids in your home, select that and it will auto find some videos that are important to you. Again, those with teens, you probably want to do that. In fact, I'm going to leave both of these selected because Melody and I are pretty involved in the church here. And of course, part of that involvement, a great deal of the fun part of that involvement is dealing with our kids and teenagers. I'm also interested in small group studies, and I am a man, and I'm also interested in work videos. Although I volunteer here 100%, I treat this like a workplace environment. And I want to better myself in that environment, and of course biblical studies will help me to do that. We don't have any kids of college age, and I'm too old to go back to college, so I'm not going to select that. Worship arts, those who are interested in some specific areas in the church may want to select that. I'm going to bypass that. And hopefully we're all interested in this missions and outreaches. So I've now selected, I've filled in the information about myself, I've created a password, and I've chosen a few areas that RightNOW Media will automatically go out and bring a group of videos together and bring them to my attention. You want to click on this little disclaimer here, and same thing here. Nobody reads these things, but you know, we're going to agree to the terms, which just basically says be honest and good about using the service. Go ahead and click on next. Okay, looks like I've forgotten something here. So, here we go. Am I a staff of the organization? I am a volunteer, not a staff member, so I'm going to go ahead and choose no. My primary work is, I'm going to choose other because I'm a volunteer. You know, Pastor Pete and Abby and those will select these things, but we're going to bypass those and just simply leave it as other. Most of us are going to choose this. No, we are a member of the organizations, but we're not a staff, and then just put other for membership. All right, so now we should have everything I need. Go ahead and click on the submit button. That brings us to a page. This is an optional page. I'm not really going to respond to this right now, but if you want to send a quick note to Pastor Pete and Scott for arranging all of this, thank you, Pastor Pete, Scott, whatever you may want to say in that message. Once you've keyed in your message, go ahead and click submit. In this case, I'm just going to skip it, so I hit skip. And that's going to bring me to the RightNOW Media. And again, you see now that they've automatically selected some videos and kind of brought them to my attention in the categories that I have selected above. But for right now, we're going to stick just to the introduction of this. The only other thing I want to bring your attention to in this video is, you notice if I hover over my profile here, it allows me to look at my queue. We'll talk about that later. My inbox, my profile information, that's the name and, you know, all that stuff we just filled out. Here's some support from the RightNOW Media staff themselves. And what's key important to us is every time you log in, you should also always log out. You should use that rule of thumb for any website that you log into. Don't just close up your browser, because that actually still leaves you logged in, and that leaves you possibly open for hacking and that sort of thing. So we're done with this video. I'm done right now at looking at the videos on the website itself, so I'm just going to go ahead and click out. Thank you. I hope you found this video of value, and I look forward to providing others in the future. Thank you.